Hello and welcome to another video, another weekly video with me, Daniel. And today I just want to go over some trade updates and trade ideas, as well as show you guys the zones that I'm looking to take my trades from. So anyway, before we even continue, I just want to mention that I did open a Telegram channel. If that is something that you'd be interested in, the link is in the description. Again, I also do want to mention that if you do find these videos that I do each and every week for you guys helpful, if you do find value from these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button. Yeah, also do share your views down below in the comment section, and let's have that constructive discussion in regards to our trading journeys. So without that being out of the way, let's just go ahead and look at some of these pairs. So this week I'm going to be focusing on the DXY, GBPUSD, EURUSD, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to share some of the links that I'm looking at GBP on these other pairs, the GBP card, the GBPUD, or the EUROJPY, simply because they are not refined. All right, simply because they are not refined, and it's something that I'm looking to add to my arsenal. All right, something that I'm looking to add to my trading book, but right now they're just not refined. Remember, I do when deciding to trade a currency, I like to understand the macro, the fundamentals, and also the technicals. Not just the technicals, not just one side. I just like to take a holistic approach before deciding to trade a currency. And right now I'm just experimenting with the Euro JPY, GBP AUD, and GBP card. But of the three, I think GBP AUD is a good one. Okay, and also Euro JPY is also a good one. All right, so let's just go ahead and look at Euro USD. So where are we with the Euro USD? So last week I did mention that anyway, before I say what I mentioned last week, let's just look at the swing structure. This is where we broke structure to the downside, okay? This is where we broke structure to the downside, and this is the move. We broke structure to the downside. Our expectation was, of course, a pullback. But where are we pulling back to? Towards some of these supply zones. The market did, or price did pull back all the way to the 78.6% level. And from that level, what we were then expecting is for a move to the downside. But that never materialized. You can see our expectation was that the daily targeted low would be taken out and try to maintain that trend. But as you can see, price came down to this unmitigated daily order block, daily demand order block, and you can see the move that we are getting from that daily demand level. We broke structure to the upside, and right now I can say that kind of Euro USD is ranging. We are stuck in this range. We are stuck in between the daily protected high and the daily targeted low. But that doesn't mean that we cannot trade Euro USD, because now you can see the fractal structure. We broke structure to the upside, and whenever we break structure, what do I always tell you? I always tell you that we should expect a move to the downside, okay, or a retracement, phase B moves. And by the way, from now on, you're gonna be hearing me talking about phase B moves, phase A moves, phase C moves. That may confuse you, so let me just illustrate to you what I mean by that. Okay, so whenever we break structure, this is whenever we break structure, what do we expect? We expect a retracement, okay? So assuming that is where we broke structure, whenever we break structure, what we can then expect is a retracement. So that retracement is what I am calling phase B moves. So that retracement, that is what I am calling phase B moves. Phase C moves is the continuation of the dominant trend. Remember, this is an uptrend, and the dominant trend is the bullish trend. So phase C moves is the continuation of that dominant trend, which is the buying trend, and the opposite is true in case you're looking at the downtrend. Okay, sorry. In case you're looking at the downtrend. Something of the sort. So we break structure, phase B moves, phase C moves, and phase A is the break. So this is phase A, phase B, and then from this level we are expecting phase C. But then you can see we reversed from there. All right. So we can trade the fractal structure. Now fractal structure at the moment is bullish. This is where we broke structure to the upside. Phase B moves, kicked in, and we retraced all the way to the 50% level of that, the fractal structure. Remember, we are taking the immediate swing low and the immediate swing high, and then measuring that. So that is the 50% level. We retraced back into that 50% level, and this is what we are getting. Okay, that is what we are getting. So we can trade that. So now moving on to the 4 hours. Now before we move, let me just delete this. So now moving on to the 4 hours, this is what we are having. Let me just take out my notes. So now the 4 hours swing is bullish. This is where we broke structure to the upside. So the 4 hours is bullish. The internal is also bullish. This is where we broke structure to the upside also, and the fractal is bullish. Now do not pay so much attention to the fractal structure. I just want you to pay attention to the internal structure and the swing structure. But the internal structure for me kind of is the structure that I trade. So now all the structures are in alignment, and we should always trade the internal structure. And at the moment, price is reacting from a bullish order block. All right. So this is where we broke structure to the upside. What do I always tell you? Once we break structure, what we can then expect is for a move or a retracement move. Phase B moves. Okay. So phase B moves. That means we are selling all the way to the 50% level, but immediately we go to this level, immediately we go to that demand level, you can see the reaction that we got from that. Okay, but then again, I do want you to pay attention to the fact that it is important. Actually, I've noted it here. It is important to recognize that the pattern that is being formed is a classical reversal pattern, the M pattern. Yeah. So once we tapped into that zone, you can see the reaction that we are getting from that. So if this was a strong zone, if that was a strong zone, normally I do say that it should have been able to take out the targeted high, but then you can see the reaction that we got from there. So this then brings to light the fact that this is a classical reversal pattern, whereby the M pattern, all right, the classical reversal pattern. So once we break below that fractal protected low, it does complete that reversal pattern. But right now is halfway formed. Now going into the next week, we should expect, or this is a possibility where we may see the price actually breaking through the fractal protected low. So what are some of the things that we should be paying attention to? So one of the things that we should be paying attention to is the fact that the fractal structure is bullish. All right. So yeah, it's bullish because this is where broke structure to the upside. As you can see, we have that breaker. Remember, this breaker or this order block or this supply order block was responsible for breaking that that structure to the downside. And in case that is not visible, We can just zoom in. You can see we have a break of structure to the downside on the fractal level. So this becomes now what? This becomes our breaker block. So as you can see, it is supporting price to the upside. You can see. So kind of for me, looking at the Euro USD, we are kind of sandwiched between the supply level and the demand level. Because apart from it being a breaker, we also have these sell to buy wicks, which are supporting those bullish movements to the upside. So now my expectation is, remember, we need to see the market pulling all the way or retracing all the way to the 50% level. That should that is the ideal situation. We should expect price to pull back all the way to the 50% level. Okay, so so the way that I would trade this currency, or the way that I'm seeing things play out, is we get that bullish continuation moves, or the bullish continuation move to some sort of supply level in this week, and then we sell this currency, or we sell the price all the way to the downside. And that is what I've actually marked out in the 1 hour. Okay, that is what I've actually marked out in the 1 hour, and this is what we have. All right, this is what we have. Price coming all the way to the upside, and then we sell. Of course, we can get a positive reaction from that. We can get a bullish momentum from that. But the ideal situation would be to see the market selling all the way to the 50% level, possibly coming into this demand level. All right, something of the sort. Okay, something of the sort. So yeah, so that is my analysis for the Euro USD. I do want to mention that last week I also did take a trade in regards now to the Euro USD, and the trade, I took it somewhere here. All right, I took it somewhere here after seeing these crazy sell-off. I did see the fact that I was trading the fractal structure, and remember, the fractal structure is bullish. This is the fractal low, and this is the fractal high. The price came all the way to the 50% level of the fractal structure. I saw that as a good opportunity to buy that market all the way to some of these levels. My take profit would is that, and the reason for that is because I'm looking at these as the dominant supply level, and then to sell all the way to the downside. If we go back to the 1 hour, things become a little bit clear. You can see the fractal structure. This is where we broke structure to the upside. We are pulling back. If that is to be maintained, or if that trend is to be maintained, our expectation is for price to take out these fractal high. And also, again, we have those, those equal highs also, information there. But right now, my target would be just these. Okay, although it has already been mitigated. So somewhere in between, that should be our take profit. Just a small, probably 30 to 40 pips, and then you're out of the market. So yeah, I'm looking to re-enter that trade come on Monday or on Tuesday, or whenever that opportunity presents itself. So let's look at the GBPUSD. Now GBPUSD this week seems it should give us some really good trading opportunities. So what can we see? I told you last week to expect that bullish momentum all the way to the refined daily supply level. Okay, and that is exactly what happened. So from here, what we can then expect is for us to continue now, or for us to sell, or for those for that retracement move to kick in all the way to the 50% level. And on the 50% level, what we can see is that we have that daily unmitigated demand level. Okay, that daily unmitigated demand level. Yeah, so we should expect to sell all the way to that. Now, moving on to the 4 hours. By the way, the daily swing structure is bullish. This is where it broke structure to the upside. Right now, also the internal structure is also bullish. So all the structures are in alignment. Of course, we trade the internal structure, and right now we are pro trend. Okay, we are pro trend because the dominant trend is bullish, and also the internal structure has switched bullish. Remember, we were bearish all the way to the down, all the way to these levels until we reacted from these sorry, until we reacted from that daily demand level. So you can see once we tapped into that daily demand level, the reaction that we got from that. Okay, so coming all the way to this supply level, so our expectation is for the retracement and retracement to kick in, and then we can buy targeting some of these levels to the upside. Okay, so now moving on to the daily. This is what we are having. Moving on to the 4 hours. Now the 4 hours swing structure is bullish. The 4 hours the 4 hours internal structure is also bullish. All the structures are in alignment. So this is the last piece of internal structure, and as you can see, is quite bullish. We are quite bullish, and remember what I always tell you: once we break structure to the upside, our expectation is for the retracement, and then we buy the market to the upside. So this is the zone that I'm looking at, by the way. This is the 4 hours unrefined or unrefined and unmitigated supply level that I'm looking for price to tap into, and then we get those moves now to the downside. Okay, so we are trading the internal structure, but let's go back to the daily and let me try to explain something to you. So we are coming from a daily supply level. Price has already tapped into it, and it has tapped into the refined daily supply level. What you should keep in mind is that the daily level, or the daily levels or daily order blocks do carry a lot more weight as compared to the 4 hours or the time frames that are below the daily time frames. Okay, and the weekly order blocks do carry a lot more weight than the daily. So there is that hierarchy that has to be maintained. The fact that we've tapped into the daily supply level, it means that going on now to the 4 hours, remember we've already tapped into that daily supply level. We may get that bearish or momentum kicking in. All right, we may get that momentum kicking in to break the internal protected low. Yeah, so that is something that you should pay attention to. That even though we are looking to take some bullish moves or some bullish trades from this 4 hourly demand zone, I would consider them a lot more risky compared to the sales. Okay, I would compare them a lot more risky. So, but at the same time, we have that, and as long as we will not price will not violate, or price will not close above this daily demand zone, the daily supply zone, I think the buys are feasible, or the buy side is also a good probability. Okay, so once we tap into that 4 hourly demand zone, my expectation is for us to buy until we mitigate that 4 hourly zone, and then we can sell this market. Okay, all the way to the downside, and then something of the sort. That is my expectation. Now moving on to the 1 hour. Again, the 1 hour is just to present a more refined zone, and this is where I'm looking to buy the market from. This is where I'm looking to buy the market from, and then buy all the way to the upside, something of the sort. Let's just mark that out. Okay, something of the sort. Buy, and that would be a good 4.15, at least 78 pips to the upside. Okay. So yeah, so this is one of the zones that I'm looking at, and also this would be the extreme zone that I'm also looking at. All right. Yeah, and that is my idea in regards to GBPUSD. Let's move now to the DXY. So the DXY is also interesting. The DXY, as you can see now on the daily time frame, we did tap into that daily demand order block, and our expectation, or my expectation, is for us to continue now, or for those pro trend moves to kick in, the phase C moves to come into the market or to come into play. So we are expecting to buy from this zone all the way until we take out the daily targeted high. Okay, so but my expectation, of course, is we may see the market pulling, or because we did break a piece of structure here. If we move to the 4 hours, we did break that internal structure. So my expectation is we may see price buying, continuing with this bullish momentum, to buy all the way to that level, and then we can sell to mitigate that daily, to mitigate that daily, to mitigate it well. Let me just say that, to mitigate it at least to the 50% level, and then we can buy from that. But again, I do want to mention that we are coming off from a daily order block, and these daily order blocks do hold a lot more power than the 4 hours or the 1 hours in the lower time frames. Yeah, so coming off from the daily, that move may be sustained, and we may see some explosive moves to the upside. All right, so that is a possibility. All right, so but my expectation is for these okay for these internal, the 4 hours internal structure to be maintained until we mitigate the 4 hours unrefined, or unmitigated, sorry, unmitigated zone, and then from there we can buy the market all the way to the upside. So yeah, so that is how the DXY is looking like. Again, the DXY is just to guide us in how we should trade the EURUSD and how we should trade the GBPUSD, or the pairs that have USD in them. So moving on to the 1 hour, this is just a refined the 1 hour I use it to refine. So from here, again, this may from this zone we may get a lot more, or we may get those supply moves or those bearish move kicking in. But right now we are just ranging, which is another sign that probably this zone may not be as strong, maybe may not be as strong, and I'm more in favor of the market actually coming all the way to some of these zones. Okay, all the way to the upside, and then we sell to the downside, and then continue to buy, or those the daily pro trend moves to kick in. So that is my analysis in regards now to these three currencies. So in summary, Euro USD, what did I say? Euro USD, we are expecting to buy the what I'm calling the micro bullish trend. We are expecting to buy just for a short while, and then we continue with these to mitigate the internal structure, or sell all the way to the downside and then buy. All right, so that is my summary in regards to Euro USD. GBPUSD, same thing. We are expecting to buy, coming to that that supply level and then sell and then buy, something of the sort. Okay, so Euro USD, you're expecting to, because these two currencies do move alike. So with Euro USD, this is something we buy and then we sell. So GBP USD, same scenario, that we are buying and then we are selling. Okay. Um, and now of course the DXY. So that is how I'm looking at these currencies. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. And by the way, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this, that I did open my Telegram channel, my Telegram community. If you would like to be a part of that, please, the link is in the description. Please do join. And I think you'll get a lot more value by joining that Telegram community, because I do share frequently, as opposed now to YouTube, where I upload once or twice a week. So yeah, if that would be an interest for you, please, the link is in the description. Please do consider joining. So until probably on Wednesday, where I give a midweek update, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.